Hey, what is up guys, TheWolfpack here, and today I have a brand new video for you guys. And in this video I'm going to be showing you my three latest figures: Ezra Bridger, Ben Kenobi, and Grand Admiral Thrawn. All three from the season finale, or I guess the last few episodes from the season 3 from Star Wars Rebels. Well, I guess Ezra Bridger did appear in like every single episode, and also did Thrawn for most of it. But Ben Kenobi, he appeared in one of the latest episodes, and I'm sorry if that's a spoiler in case you haven't watched the entire season. But I mean, I also haven't been watching the entire season, just because I've been working on these figures while the episodes are going, and Guardians of the Galaxy is also something else that I've been working on, and I don't know, just watching TV shows is not like my thing right now. But I'm entering a contest, so I decided to take a few days, maybe a couple weeks, to make these two figures on and off work. And I finally made it. I made these three figures, and these three figures are my three entries into Bricks and Minifigs contest. And I'm gonna leave a link in the description to his channel. He actually does a lot of videos, a lot of clone troopers, customs, and some others every once in a while. And I don't know, I just like watching him make his customs, and well, he's making a contest, so I'm entering with these three figures, and I hope I win something. So anyways guys, let's move on to the close-ups of these figures. Alright, so first off, of course, we have Ezra Bridger right here, and yes, I did do his blaster right here, which is basically a Han Solo blaster. I just painted the tip of the blaster with some gunmetal. I'm just gonna put it on his hand, and yeah. So you may be wondering, what lightsaber hilt is that? This is actually a Brickforge lightsaber. However, I did modify it. This is my second lightsaber hilt I've ever customized. The first one is Ben Kenobi's, which you will see in just a little bit. But basically, I cut out half of the hilt from the Brickforge hilt, and then I glued on a black piece right there. And then I glued on the original, well, not the original, but the classic lightsaber hilt, like ring. And then I glued on the tip of the Brickforge hilt piece onto there, and I tried to capture Ezra's lightsaber hilt likeness as much as I could. And over here is just a normal green lightsaber saber, and the figure it's got its thing, like it's got its details. The thing I'm mostly proud of is probably the belt, the entire belt, and this entire piece. It's all one piece. Like, the belt actually goes around, and all this that's brown is actually just one piece, one large piece made out of paper. And then on top of that, I glued another piece of paper, and then I gave it that shape and painted it dark silver. And I did cut out a small holster piece. I glued it on just to make the holster three-dimensional and all that. And of course, I painted the boots and the straps that go around his legs. And he has like these orange things going around his feet right there, so I did those. And his hands have like gloves. They're actually gauntlets. And it was kind of late, but when I was making the hands, I noticed that the entire hand is actually a gauntlet, not a, like, his fingers don't show. It's actually like a yellowish color, but that's what I used, and I think it looks okay. I don't think it's gonna bother me that much. And of course, the detail on all the details on his torso are pretty simple, so I made all of them, and it actually goes on top of his torso, as you can barely see right there. And of course, they go onto the back of the top of the torso. And the details on him are just pretty simple, very simple. And of course I'm using an original Lego Ezra head and the Black Widow's peak hairpiece, but I shaved off the peak, and that's pretty much it, guys. Like, that's Ezra Bridger for you. And I don't know, I'm just very happy with him. Next up is Obi-Wan, old man Ben Kenobi. You know who he is, and well, as you can see, he's wielding a fully custom lightsaber. Well, actually not fully custom, but it's heavily modified and painted. So I'm just gonna take it off, and credit to Lego Matic 9, who made a tutorial on how to make basically a Luke Skywalker lightsaber hilt, but I instead made an Obi-Wan lightsaber because they both look very similar, if you haven't noticed. But basically I followed his tutorial, so link will be in the description. But basically what I did is I took a classic lightsaber hilt and I cut off the top of it, I turned it around, glued it on, and kept the two rings right here, but I painted in there with the proper colors. Then I cut out the handle, the full handle, and I put one of the droid arms like bar right there to give him that texture right there. And I kept the original like bottom of the lightsaber hilt, and of course a normal non-modified blue blade. And as for the figure, I kept the original head that came out like a few years ago, like in 2010-9 maybe, a few years ago, and I painted the beard with my own gray. If you haven't noticed, I don't think the camera is focusing that well, but the beard is painted in my own gray. The hair is also painted with the same gray. And what I really like about this figure is that the entire design on him, like the robes, it's all fabric. I tried to do something new with this figure, so I went ahead and I did everything fabric. So all of that is fabric, and of course highlighted with black. But all of that, all the robes are black except for the like dark brown part right there. That's just paint. But the belt and the straps, or these things that come down, and like the robe right here, it's all fabric, and I really like the texture that it left. So I'm probably gonna do that for my Episode 8 Luke Skywalker figure, and possibly other Jedi that I do in the future. And of course just a normal robe thing going around, and probably should have painted the arms with the same brown just because they're like shiny and the robe is not. So that's something that I'm gonna do after this video. I was not able to do it before this video because I wanted to get the video out, but I'm definitely gonna do this upgrade later on. But anyways, that's pretty much it for Ben Kenobi, old man Obi-Wan Kenobi. So let's move on to our last figure. And our last figure, of course, is Grand Admiral Thrawn. And this figure was, I don't know, it took me a while to get that face. Like, it took me like 3 or 4 times to just get the likeness of him right. And I had to do something that I had never done. I basically took a normal head, yellow head, and I painted the face on. And then I painted around the stuff that I had painted, the mouth, the chin, the cheekbones, the eyes, the eyebrows, all that. I had to paint around all that because when I was painted over the blue face, or blue painted face, it just didn't look right. So I'm just happy that I finally got it all nice and perfectly, if I say so myself. And I'm just happy with it. And of course I'm using the same Black Widow's peak hairpiece, but not shaved. Like, it still has a peak. I did shave a tiny little bit just to make it a little bit rounder, but nothing else other than I fully painted it with a dark blue color. And the entire outfit uniform is of course painted onto a white torso, and the waist cape is actually paper. Yes, just like my director critic figure, that's the same thing I did. The belt is actually a large piece of paper going around his entire body. It's not painted on the sides like I would do. It's just fully paper, and of course it's painted. And then of course his insignias or ranks thingies, block, rectangle thing. It's a three-dimensional piece, and I painted all the tiny squares onto it. At least I tried to make them squares. And yeah, and of course I gave him a Imperial blaster because that's what he uses if he would use a weapon. It's a brick arms weapon, so very cool weapon. Very I like it a lot. And yeah, that's pretty much it for Grand Admiral Thrawn. And he was pretty cool in the season, as far as I know, as far as I watched. So very happy with him. And that, guys, was pretty much it for this video. Please subscribe if you haven't. Like this video and leave a comment telling me what you think about these figures. And again, this is an entry to Bricks and Minifigs 1078 contest. And I don't know, I just hope I win something. So wish me luck, guys, and thank you so much for watching. And yeah, guys, I hope this inspires you to make your own Lego Star Wars Rebels figures. It can be from Season 1, Season 2, Season 3. If you make any figure from that series, just let me know in the comments, because I just love to watch people do their own customs based off from mine or based off from the stuff that I like. So just let me know in the comments if you make any of these figures or based from my figures. And I don't know, guys, so there's a lot coming up, and like my next video is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy. For those of you who care, it's going to be 8 figures, I can tell you that much. And the figure that I'm almost done with is Rocket Raccoon, surprisingly. Yeah, so I don't know. It's going to be a packed year, so I should probably go and start working on those figures. And I will see you guys in my next video. I will see you on May 4th, by the way. I have a little something planned for May 4th. So, I don't know, wink wink, and stay tuned for that day. Take care, guys, and may the Force be with you, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.